rental at a time. It is Sunday, August 8th, and this is, of course, your daily financial news. A couple of quick things. If you haven't seen already, I published yesterday at 6 o'clock a full 50 years of history of housing prices, wages, appreciation, wage inflation, interest rates, payment, affordability, all of these things. And what you're going to see later today is I'm going to go back to that 50 years of data, and I'm going to start to make some predictions, kind of share with you how I think the data looks. But again, it's just 50 years of raw data. It is there for you to enjoy. I will absolutely make that spreadsheet available to others. I'm still massaging it and putting it together into a format that I like. My suspicion is, given what I'm trying to shoot for with my positive impact score, which you will see later today, I'm likely going to drop it in my free course. We have seen a drop-off in student signups. I have a free course. It counts the same as others. So I'm likely going to drop it in there with an introduction video and the like. A couple of other things I've seen questions on because the interactions and comments have been great. Thank you very much. I guess the more thumbs up and comments videos get, the more views it gets. So if you watch it, leave a comment, thumbs up, subscribe, all that stuff would be greatly appreciated. A couple of things about the data. First, I list my data sources. It's in the video, so the data is good as the sources I used. Second, and perhaps most importantly, the data that I used is not inflation adjusted. Some of you reached out to me this morning saying, hey, I looked at the numbers and they're way different. Well, you're probably looking at inflation adjusted data. Lots of the data sources I saw as I was doing my research were inflation adjusted to 1980s dollars or 1990s dollars or $2,000. And when you do that, it distorts reality. What I tried to do is figure out what a family of four was trying to do in 1970, 71, 72, and none of those are inflation adjusted numbers. They're just raw data. So with that inclination, again, it's not inflation adjusted. It does show, to me, it shows that wage inflation leads real estate prices. Second, it shows that the worst crash we ever had nationally was negative 8.9% in the Great Recession. And there was a lag. People that have been calling a crash of 20 to 40% don't know history. Second, it's not immediate. Foreclosures take time. I've been telling you that the average foreclosure last time was 800 days, which means more than 2 years. So that's like way in the future. Another thing that I think is very important, and I likely will talk about later today, is housing in the early 80s, back when interest rates were 16%, did not fall. A lot of you reached out to me this morning and said, oh my God, rates are going up, prices are going to fall. Folks, go back and look at the data. From 1976 to 1982, interest rates went up 8%. 8. And prices did not fall. The data is right there, folks. So sometimes we let opinions, what we think will happen, sway our judgment. And at least historically speaking, the last time rates went up 8%, housing slowed down but did not fall. We're going to talk about that later, I am sure. Then I get a lot of questions about how high inflation could go. I don't know, just as you. I mean, inflation is running at 5% today. So again, we will talk about that all later today. Normally on Sunday mornings, we speak with the great Laura Morby. She is actually out today, so I'm going to do some of my own videos, likely looking at this data. So a couple of quick things. First and foremost, if you are in the state of California, you know we have a recall election in about 5 weeks, I think. One thing I do want to say is, can Elizabeth Warren please get off my TV? I don't need to hear your opinion about how wacky California is. We have the recall process is part of our process, so stop judging us for our process. I don't care if you don't like it. It's the rule. That's what the rules are in California. So get off my TV. I hate that. This is really about a one-party system in California that has led to the highest homeless rate, highest gas prices, unreliable power grid, water conservation, poor schools, and of course a dictator who thinks his rules don't apply to him. That's what this recall election is. So Elizabeth Warren, please get off my TV. Back to earnings in the week ahead. Aramco, actually at least at one time was the most valuable company on the planet. It is Saudi State Oil. They released earnings today. They beat top and bottom. And folks, if you needed any sign that the oil industry is a good place to do business, at least financially speaking, 288% increase in net income. Wow. Crazy. Next week, we're going to have two important numbers. We are going to need to find out, is inflation still accelerating at the consumer level and at the producer level? On Wednesday, we have CPI. I believe CPI was 5.4% in June. Not good. We will see. Lots of people are calling for it to fall. I have no idea. Inflation where I'm at least when I go to the grocery store, still seems to be rising. You know, inflation's up 4%. That 4 is still more than 2. So I don't know. We shall see. And then PPI also next week. Again, something that I'm feeling more and more confident about is inflation is broadening out. Yes, used cars. Yes, lumber. Yes, airlines went first. But what you all are ignoring by looking at those three shiny objects is just the wage inflation across the board is increasing. CEOs, rent, that's the big one, folks, rent. Rent is going to be around, rent increases are going to be around for a while. And as you'll see at the end of this daily financial news, apartments. We've been talking about houses. Houses, rent inflation across the country is 7.1%. But wait, apartments are starting to pick up. So we will see that next. So a couple of things about the week ahead that I'll be looking for. Monday, Planet Fitness. One of the hardest hit industries are gyms, right? I think it was 24-hour fitness that went bankrupt like 8 months ago or 9 months ago. Planet Fitness is still there. So I'll be looking at not what their earnings are, because they're going to probably be terrible. I want to know what Planet Fitness thinks of the future. You also have AMC Entertainment, one of those meme stocks. I wonder if they're going to issue more shares or what is going on. Monday, you also have two Fed speakers. And again, I think next week Fed speakers are going to be interested, because what the Fed is doing now is they're creating camps. The people that want to tighten, those are called hawks. And the ones that want to keep the foot on the gas, those are called doves. You have the hawks and doves clearly creating their own camps. And in August, they're going to meet in Jackson Hole, I think. I expect fireworks because I think they are going to be in vastly different camps. Tuesday, we got Coinbase. I don't know if you're following the crypto market. I happened to check this morning. It looks like the big boys that I have are up. What would that be? 30% or whatnot. Again, not a trader, not an investor. I'm just bought an insurance policy. But it'll be interesting to see what's going on with Coinbase and transactions. Also, Casper Sleep. Remember my idea that I think we have bought enough stuff, right? So I'm guessing that Casper Sleep is going to have a disappointing announcement, or maybe it's a disappointing guidance for the future. I think we're buying experiences, and we've already bought enough stuff. So we will see what's going on there. Tuesday, one Fed speaker. Then Wednesday, we have eBay. Again, will this be another Amazon or Etsy, or is eBay going to buck the trend? We also have Opendoor. If you're in the real estate game, you want to see what's going on with Opendoor, how many offers, how many deals, how many flips, all of those things. I'll be looking for the data for Opendoor. Wednesday, again, of course, is CPI. I'm going to call Wednesday the most important day of the week next week. I try to do that each Sunday. I think Wednesday's the day. CPI is the big number of the week, so we shall see. And we have two Fed speakers on Wednesday. Thursday, we have Walt Disney, Airbnb, and DoorDash. DoorDash will be interesting, right? Are we finally going out to restaurants, and thus DoorDash has a tough compare and disappoints? Airbnb, can you imagine a better business today? I bet Airbnb is crushing it. And then, of course, Walt Disney, right? Have they seen the peak in Disney Plus or whatever their streaming service is? We shall see. Then we have PPI, another important number, but I'll still call Wednesday the big day with CPI and weekless jobless claims. And then Friday, we close out with the consumer sentiment. What are the consumers thinking? That is going to be very, very interesting. A couple of other quick announcements. I want to give a shout out to Nick. Nick is a student in my course, How to Get Started One Rental at a Time. And I don't normally do this on the daily financial news. But hey, Nick's a 25-year-old guy out of Detroit. And he came to the private Facebook group and he posted a welcome video. Good job, Nick. That's the first time anybody has done that. I applaud you. That is awesome. Folks, if you are in the One Rental at a Time Works private Facebook group, go watch Nick's video, give him a thumbs up. Let's encourage people for introducing themselves. Most people just send a comment. Frankly, that's what I would have done. But Nick, hey, congratulations for stepping out of your comfort zone and releasing a video to introduce yourself to the amazing world of One Rental at a Time. That was pretty cool. And then lastly, apartments as promised. Single family homes, the need for space has been a huge driver the last year. What you have seen if you've been following this channel is home values and prices are up and rents are screaming like never before. Now it has gotten to a point where many people can't afford single family rental units. They can't afford to buy them. They trade down. They go to apartments. So what we are seeing right now across the country is a fall in vacancy rates in apartments. And yes, folks, we are now seeing rents rise in apartments. Folks, inflation is real. It is going to, it's like a boiling pot of water. It's starting to simmer. You're seeing the little bubbles. I don't know. I think the Fed sees it, but they can't talk about it, if you know what I mean, because it would turn over their apple cart. But we'll see what happens. So again, folks, normally we speak with Laura Morby at 8. I instead am going to do a couple of other videos, talk about my goals in the community. We do have a very special guest at 9. We actually have a brand new investor who is nervous that I've agreed to talk to at 9. So we'll see what kind of questions she has. That will be shared as well. So have a wonderful Sunday. Check out the weather in the Silicon Valley. Looks like it's going to be a great day. Yeah, great day. Take care, everyone. I wish you the best. And again, remember, if you want to change your financial future, focus, do the work, daily disciplines, and of course, get the great course below, How to Get Started One Rental at a Time. Bye-bye.